Hey everyone, welcome to the Electric Supercar channel. This week we're going to make some custom door panels. Let's get to it. One last thing I wanted to do before I painted is kind of make sure I could get the roof all together. So to start out with, I'm going to drill some holes in the frame, and that's what these guys go to. So I will do that, and then we'll look at the rest of the roof. All right, knowing my luck, this will not work. But I traced things out. Now it's time to see if they work. All right, well, it kind of works. I think everything's lined up, and it kind of, like I said, it's attached. I'll just say the design in general it's not the most robust. See if there's anything else that can make me feel a little more comfortable. Okay, so this is my concern. So this is the piece that attaches to the frame, and it's just got like a really small hole. And even when you attach to the frame, it just seems like it's not super secure. But this is steel, so I could weld it to the frame. I'll keep thinking on it, but I may want to do something to make it a little more secure. So now that we have the front side of the roof on, we're going to focus on the back. All right, we got these mounted, and basically this way goes back. This is about halfway, and that's where it makes contact. Keep going all the way and it'd go in. So the cup that mounts here kind of extends just a little bit beyond the surface, but this will give us a good place to drill and start mounting. Now that we have the mounting points for the front side of the roof as well as the rear, I'm going to try and make the back part actually look decent. In order to do that, I do need the side panels, so I can get a line here, and then I'm going to create my own back. This should be fun. I have the window roughly in the place that I want it. I think I've decided that this place that's cracked right here, I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to have this be removed more, and I'm going to make a fiberglass piece that goes kind of along this rim here, and then a big fiberglass piece on the back that can actually bolt to this piece. So that way the only fasten point won't be over here, there'll be one over here as well. Besides, I need to kind of shave that backside off anyway. So I'll make a little fiberglass piece there. I've got this one roughly how I think it should be. So I got some spacers here. I think these are just 1/4 inch plastic. So it should have just a nice seam here, enough for some weather stripping. And then on the back, well, before we get to the back here, it's just off just ever so slightly, so I can add some here. And then the back was off quite a bit. Quick recap of what we did here. So the original panel I had to cut so it fit better. I kind of taped everything in place, and then I put a layer of drywall compound over it. Think of this like filler, but it is way easier to sand and to get smooth and things. So once this is smooth, and so again, I'll probably take 2 or 3 coats, but then it's going to be like ready, it'll look like a panel. And all I need to do then is put some fiberglass resin on it, some fiberglass, and then that'll be the mold. Then I can recast that exact panel from that mold. So while this is kind of drying, I'll start to work on the other side. All right, I did the other door. One thing I think I'm going to be wanting to do is add some thickness to this bottom as well as this edge here. And that is because I actually think I want fiberglass on the bottom as well as that edge. Because otherwise you just have the glass hanging off and you'd have to put like weather stripping or something else. So I think that's what I want, but that does mean I'll need to build that up. So I'm trying to decide if I should just use some foam or something, but we'll let this set up and start the first sanding. This is after the second time of applying drywall compound and sanding. And it's looking pretty good. The panel will just go to here, but I have to do just a little bit extra to kind of make the mold. This is the new piece I added. So again, this will be kind of a fiberglass here, and then the same thing down here. So those two pieces will be fiberglass where they weren't before. So the next step is, I may go after it one more time with a little bit of the drywall compound and one more time sanding. After that though, I'll apply some resin just on the very surface to kind of give it a nice hard surface to release the mold from. This is after I've added one coat of the resin. I'm thinking that should probably be it. You can kind of see like just in the reflection here, just a tiny bit wavy. So when this sets up, we'll kind of have to get the sandpaper out and make it smooth again, and then we'll put the fiberglass on this and make a mold. So I touched it up just slightly, but at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and put a layer of wax on it, and then we'll do some PVA. And for the PVA, I've struggled with brushing it on. So I've actually got this sprayer, and I've got the PVA in here. So I'm just gonna do several light coats, see if I can't get a more even surface, because the brush strokes tend to come off on the mold. I did 2 layers of wax and then a whole bunch, like 4 or 5 layers of the PVA. I just put it on really light, just kind of speckled, let it dry, repeat, repeat, repeat. So you can see it's got a little bit of a green tinge to it. That is the PVA. When it kind of hardens, it's almost like a film that helps the fiberglass not stick to it. So I don't remember who told me about this, but the Preval, they're a pretty awesome system where you can just get pretty much any fluid and then you can kind of aerosolize it. I added microglass spheres to the resin and kind of used that as a slurry to fill in all the tight spaces that I thought perhaps the fiberglass mat would not conform to. Then I put 3 layers of the fiberglass mat on. Here it is. We put fiberglass over the plug, and we'll take this off once it sets up, and this will be the mold. Both molds are cured now, so I will take off the molds. Now, every time I've done this in the past, when I try and pull it off, the plug comes with it, and it's I don't know. It's sometimes adventurous. Let's see how it goes. So I have this all cleaned up now. I was hoping that things would be good enough that I could just go ahead and put fiberglass on this and pull a part off. I got enough areas that we need to touch up. Again, because this is not the part, I can still use the drywall compound, kind of get it to shape pretty quickly. This is the driver's side door panel. I put on wax, put on the PVA, and went ahead and laid up some fiberglass. I actually put on some gel coat as well. So I think this should turn out okay. So this is the mold. Things released very easily. The interesting thing is some of the yellow pigment actually transferred to the part. So here's the panel. Again, looks pretty good. Again, you'll see that some of the yellow pigment transferred over. And then some of the darker spots, that's just where I didn't put enough gel coat. And so that's just the fiberglass behind it. So, but that's kind of what it looks like. This is a rough trim, so I will kind of work on making it a little more final. Here is the passenger side panel. This one I did the gel coat a little bit thicker. We still have a few spots that the fiberglass shows through, but again, this is rough cut. We'll go ahead and clean this up, kind of blend it with the roof, with the backside, get this thing moving. I will say one of the great things about sanding is you get some really buff arms. Panel 1 is painted. And panel 2 is painted. So we are getting really close to paint. I am stalling. When I say stalling, I need an air compressor. So I've got it on order, but it won't come for a couple more weeks. So I thought that'd be a good time to get some of these panels all complete. Here we are with the door panel back in place. That looks so awesome. I'm really pleased at how that turned out. I think I'm really gonna like this trim piece here, as well as the one on the bottom. I think it'll allow the window to kind of seem like it's covered up, a little more finished. I am really stoked. I think this just looks amazing. The things we still have to do is I've got to make an interior panel so I can kind of sandwich the window, and then I'm going to work on the back. I've already kind of started some of the taping process, so I'm really excited about that. All right, that's all the time we have for this week. If you'd like to see more, check out this one where I did my very first panel, or this one where we got it all complete. See you next time.